Check, this is a trial check. The Dean Madurai is there. Video on. So I want to check all the campuses are connected. Dean Madurai. Video on. Dean. Dean. So shortly, our Vice Chancellor is going to address for this inauguration of first blended learning lecture. So I request all the deans, please check your video and audio. We're going to start within 5 minutes.
Good morning, sir. This is from our lecturer. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, madam. So all the campuses are joined. Please put your message in the chat box.
Good morning to all of you. So, all the other campus, are you hearing me? Okay. So, I'm very pleased to meet all of you. And, we are going to have a very different kind of education system, right? One thing is, you will have a kind of a formal education where your classroom will be there, teacher will be there, and you will be given a lecture and all those things, isn't it? So that's a formal way of education. So during COVID, we have got something kind of a different kind of an education, online education, for which you have tuned to, isn't it? Okay, then COVID enna panninga? Online la poninga. So let me just verify with the other batches, like, na pesradhu kekkuda ella campus liyum? Can any one of you respond to me? Madurai campus. Ichangotai.
Madam, good morning. Yes, madam. Thank you.
Good morning. You're hearing me, right? Okay. Good. So the very purpose of this is a new system of education, okay, which is called a blended learning system. It's okay. It's called a blended learning system. So, like in the first year, we have got 18 campuses, but agri courses are happening in something around 8 campus, right? So what we are going to do is, that there is one institute development program is going on as a part of NAH. Okay, so institute development program or program is supported from the World Bank supported program, coordinated from ICAR. ICAR தெரியுமா? Okay, நிறைய பேர் அதுல எக்ஸாம் எழுதி வந்திருக்கீங்க இல்லையா? So இதுல இன்ஸ்டிடியூட் டெவலப்மெண்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம்னு ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் போகுது. அதுல தான் we are creating so much of infrastructure. Some of the infrastructure created through that IDP program என்னன்னா smart classroom facilities. Smart classroom facility la you will have camera, you will have sound system, you will have interactive board, everything is there. So that smart classroom facility is the key for this blended learning system. Okay, ipo in the facility we have created in most of the campuses, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to take, I'm just going to have this as a pilot program. So second years eduthirkom, first years edukla. The reason is like they have just come inside, so they have to get accustomed to our practices. So second year I thought will be the ideal batch to start with this. Okay, so in the second year batch we are going to have 4 courses under blended learning system. One course agronomy course, and one course is horticulture course, one course is engineering course, no, soil science. So these are the 4 courses we are going to pilot in the blended learning system. இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒவ்வொரு கேம்பஸ்லயும் ஒவ்வொரு டீச்சர் எடுப்பாங்க இல்லையா? So one teacher will be handling in Coimbatore, one teacher will be handling in Ichangotai. Like that there will be different teachers handling different courses. So the level of teaching will be different, the content delivery will be different, but the question paper is going to be common, isn't it? The question paper is going to be taken by, the course is taught by someone, the question paper is taken by somebody else, and the answer paper is valued by somebody else. So really it is a big kind of a disturbance, I should say. So the students are really having so much of uncertainty. So to reduce that to certain extent, now what we are doing is we are going to have this blended learning system. So it has got a lot of advantages, but it may have to anything to start with, we will have some kind of an issues. So we need to identify what are those issues and how we can overcome that issue. So that is also part of the kind of we are actually test running this with you guys, right? So what we are going to do is there are, if suppose 1+1 course means you will have something around 17 lectures, isn't it? Total 17 lectures, Amma. So 17 lectures will be there. If there are 8 campuses, 2 lectures will be handled by each course teacher. Okay, so that means you will be here and you will just try to listen. If the course teacher from Coimbatore is taking classes, you will be listening directly from her. So that means it is a in-person classroom. Whereas all the other 7 campuses, they will be actually viewing, listening to her, and they will be taking notes, and everything will happen as if it is an online coaching. Okay, so you will enjoy 2 classes of in-person coaching, and the rest of the classes, it will be in online mode. But it doesn't mean that you can sit at your room and listen to it. You have to come to the classroom in the presence of the course teacher. You will be listening to the person. So all the students studying in the our own colleges, constituent colleges, will have similar kind of teaching, similar kind of notes, similar kind of PPT, everything. And also the teachers will also be more serious, because instead of handling 17 classes, they are going to handle 2 to 3 classes only. So they will be putting fullest effort to gather notes, to prepare lectures and to present it to you. That is the reason I'm thinking that this would be the best way of learning things. Okay, one request to students. The first thing is, I just would like to inform you, the course content will be uploaded minimum 2 days before your class starts. Okay, you will be having PowerPoint presentation ready with you. At the same time, you will also have lecture notes ready in your hand. But don't think that only the lecture questions will come only from the lecture notes, because teachers will be extemporally saying many important things which may not find place in the both PPT or in the lecture notes. So what you have to do is you have to take those extra points. Okay, so that is where your attention is required. And what I'm requesting you is, before coming to the class, better be thorough with the lecture. Okay, better read those notes, better read those PowerPoint presentation. So once you come here, it will be kind of a revision for you, and you will also know what to note down the extra. Okay, so this is very important, and this will be definitely, to me, it is going to be a very successful program. So we are organizing it. So you can see your friends sitting everywhere. You can see Ichangote, Dean is also one of the students today. He's sitting there. And here in Kilikulam campus is there. And which campus is this? Kudumyan Malay. And here Kavinav is from Kilikulam is here. Valavachinur. Okay, Valavachinur. So rest of the campuses are also there. So that means all the students are listening to one lecture taught by one teacher for that particular subject. Okay, so this is going to be a unique program. I'm sure this is going to be a successful program itself, because you are all going to be mass in nature. Don't come and sleep in the class. Okay, because the teacher, that's why we are keeping the teacher is having it is not for policing, but it is to streamline you. First of all, you should have interest in your own subject. If you have this kind of an attitude, reading the lecture notes beforehand, coming and attending the class, then again you will not have to spend so much of time, because you are already having your revision when you are attending the class. Okay, I want all my students to be number one and the best. There should be competitive spirit, and I'm sure you people will follow it up, right? Tell me if there is anything you want to share with me regarding this program. Any problem do you envisage? ஏதா பிரச்சனை வரும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களா? சொல்லுங்க. From Ichangotai.
Madam, already we had experience during COVID period. This kind of teaching method.
Yes, sir. There is a lot of difference between COVID online and this blended learning system. Okay. COVID online, they have been sitting at their own homes, and they were just, if they want it, they can attend it. If they don't want it, they can just mute it, and they can just show as if they are attending it. Here, it cannot happen. For sure, it cannot happen. Okay, you will have to come. Attendance is marked here, so you need 80% attendance, classroom attendance. That is compulsory. But at the same time, you people have to be very attentive, for which your teacher is responsible. Okay, but don't give stress to your teacher, right? Okay, yeah, sir, go ahead.
Madam, this will give an opportunity for the students to expose to different kind of experts. So the experts may also deliver some of the lectures to the students, not by the teachers, and it will one of the added advantage for the students through this blended learning system.
அவர் பேசுறது உங்களுக்கு கிளியரா கேக்குதா? இல்ல இல்ல. சோ இத நீங்க வந்து ரெடி பண்ணனும், because அங்க இருந்து கிளாஸ் எடுக்கும்போது ஸ்டூடண்ட்ஸ் எப்படி லிசன் பண்ண முடியும்?
கேக்கல மேடம்.
ஈச்சங்கோட்டை நீங்க பேசுறது ஒண்ணு கேக்கல சார். உங்களோட மைக் எல்லாம் ரெடியா வச்சுக்கணும், நீட்டா வச்சுக்கணும், because the students from all the other 7 campuses have to they have to hear the voices clearly. சரிங்களா? எல்லா கேம்பஸுக்குமே one advice is, please see that your sound system, your audio, video, all those things are kept really in a high quality. Okay, there should not be any kind of a interruption. Power interruption should not be there. At the same time, there should not be the bandwidth should be high. Okay, keep that in mind and try to do whatever is needed. Kilikulam, Manivannan, தேரடி மணி இருக்கீங்களா? Okay, this will happen only for the theory. Okay, the practicals you are going to have regular one. We'll see practicals what we can do later. But for the theory, all the 4 courses, you will have this kind of classroom facilities, right?
மேடம் இப்போ கேக்குதா?
கேக்குது சார். கேக்குது சார்.
இப்போ கேக்குதா மேடம்? இப்போ
கேக்குதுங்க சார், கேக்குதுங்க.
இல்ல இந்த இது ஒரு added advantage என்னன்னா the students will also getting some of the lectures from experts. So this system will also provide the benefit of the students to get.
அப்புறம் இன்னொன்னு சார், இந்த டீச்சர்ஸ் கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிறவங்க எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் நிறுத்தி நிதானமா எடுங்க. நீங்க வந்து ஒரு மாதிரி ஃபாஸ்டா பேசுனீங்கன்னா the communication will not be proper for all the other batches. Okay, just be clear in your voice, go slowly, deliver slowly so that everyone can understand. Okay, from Kudumiyan Malay, can you just check your voice? Let me check your voice.
Yes, madam. Madam, there is echoing of voice from each of them.
இந்த ஈச்சங்கோட்டை பிரச்சனைங்க. ஈச்சங்கோட்டை ரெடி பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
But
இந்த
here,
கிளியரா இருக்குங்களா? கவினா கோயம்புத்தூர்ல இருந்து பேசுறது கிளியரா இருக்கா?
madam,
Good morning, madam. This is from OBL. This is wonderful, madam.
சொல்லுங்க.
So this is a wonderful thought-provoking system of learning, madam, among the students. The knowledge which they are going to get from this method of teaching is really going to help all the students uniformly. So it is a welcoming attempt, madam, that which should be followed for all the years.
மேடம் சரியா கேக்கலையா இப்ப பேசுனது? ஹலோ
இல்ல உங்களுது மைக் ப்ராப்ளம்.
Madam, good morning, madam.
Good morning, good morning.
It's an excellent way of delivering class to the all the students, madam. So the students know the different kind of teachers. So it's a way of one of the novel way. So definitely useful to students.
Okay, so today we are going to start the class from Coimbatore, but tomorrow, no, like all of you, நீங்க வந்து network manager, நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுங்கன்னா, இல்லப்பா 3 weeks இங்க தானா, 3 weeks வந்து lectures எல்லாமே from Coimbatore it is going to be streamed off. But before that, what you do is you connect with the individual campus and try to see அவங்க பேசுறது வந்து இங்க clear-ஆ கேக்குதான்னு சொல்லிட்டு you have to ensure. Okay, இல்லனா அப்புறம் இவங்க இது பண்ணுவாங்க. Okay, right? So thank you very much. I think we are on and you have to listen to the class. So I'm just leaving to the course teacher. So all the best to all of you. If there are any issues, don't hesitate to express it, right? Best wishes.
Okay, madam. So good morning to all. So most respected Dean Horticulture, Dean SPGS, and various constituent of deans and faculty members and my dear students. Good morning to all. Yes, are you audible? So today we are going to see the first lecture of for the course of production technology of spices and vegetables and spice crops. So actually this is an interactive part of first lecture. That is first lecture is the main content of the first lecture is today lecture is what do you mean by olericulture? Then what do you mean by exact meaning of vegetables? Then importance of vegetable cultivation in India and Tamil Nadu and its classification and its types of vegetable gardening. First, let us see what do you mean by olericulture. So, can you recall the word olericulture? So, olericulture means oleris means it's derived from Latin word. Culture means cultivations. That is, oleris means pot herb, whereas culture means cultivation. That is pot herb cultivation. So, olericulture, which means pot herb cultivations. So, olericulture is a branch of horticulture. It deals with vegetable crops. Are you clear? Okay. Then what do you mean by, let's see about exact meaning of vegetable in general. So the vegetable is an applied the edible herbaceous plant or plant herb, which are generally consumed unripe stage of their cooking. That is known as vegetable. Then importance of vegetables in human nutrition. As per the ICR recommendation, so normally 300 grams per vegetables in our daily diet. Just write down 300 grams per day in our human diet. So the balanced diet contains like adequate energy source, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fats, proteins. So these are all considered as an productive of supplementary food in our diet. First, the importance of vegetables in our human nutrition. So many vegetables have so many vitamins and minerals. For example, the crop like peas and beans are rich in proteins, whereas the radish leaves are rich in riboflavin. Likewise, so many of the vegetables are rich in minerals, but crop to crop vary. For example, vegetable like spinach and bendi, amaranthus, cabbage, beans contains large quantity of cellulose which aid digestion. In general, all the leafy vegetables and fruit vegetables are possess high required amount of vitamins and minerals. Can you give one example from fruit vegetable? Tomato, then good. Then these are all the some dietary factors of our inner vegetable crops. For example, in dietary factors crops like calories, some of the vegetable crops like sweet potato, tapioca, yam, colocasia, corns, potato, Brussels sprouts, garlic, and immature seeds of broad bean and fish, the botanical name of Phaseolus linatus. So these crops are high rich in calories. Whereas in proteins, so many vegetable crops are rich in proteins. For example, like vegetable crops like peas, double bean, winged bean, all the bean crops is generally it required high amount of protein. So regarding the dietary factors, next in vitamins, for example, the carrot have rich in high vitamin A. So like the many of the vegetables have vitamin A crops, that is the crops like carrot, spinach, turnip, greens, pollock, amaranthus, coriander, colocasia, and all the green vegetables. In vitamin B, vegetable crops like peas, broad beans, lima beans, garlic, asparagus, colocasia, and tomato. Whereas in vitamin C, vegetable crop is turnip, all green chilies, Brussels sprouts, mustard green, amaranthus, coriander, drumstick, bitter gourd, and radish leaves. So it's required high amount of vitamin C in this particular type of vegetables. Whereas in calcium present in some of the vegetable crops like curry leaves, amaranthus, drumstick, that is moringa, and fenugreek. So fenugreek comes under both spice as well as vegetables. Whereas iron vegetables like drumstick, that is moringa, and fruit vegetable like tomato, uh, amaranthus and mustard green, spinach, and other cabbage. Roughage means it high fiber content, like vegetable like amaranthus and vegetables. And milky vegetables, the crop like vegetable crop like pea pods and cabbage leaves. So these are the main dietary factors in vegetable crops. Next, importance of vegetables in our national economy. So China is regarding the world scenario, China is the first rank in vegetable production, followed by India. India is occupies second position in vegetable production. So in total, the total cultivation of the land is roughly 2% of vegetable culture in entire India. So in Tamil Nadu, almost all the districts are growing in vegetable crops. APADA means Agriculture Process Export Development Authority is an nodal organization involved in the regulation of export and imports of all food products, especially for all horticulture produce. Here you may know traditional vegetables and non-traditional vegetables. Traditional vegetables like onion, potato, bendi, bittergourd, and chilies. Whereas in non-traditional vegetables like asparagus, celery, paprika is only used for colorant type. In chilies, there are two types. One is pungent types, another one is colorant types, that is paprika type. It's a non-traditional vegetable. It's highly used in masala industries. That's baby corn, beans, cherry tomato have been shortlisted by APEDA. So APEDA is located at New Delhi. So APEDA means Agriculture, Processing, Export, Development Authorities. So among the different vegetables, 77% of vegetables onion produced being exported, especially for Gulf countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, etc. There are many export-import opportunities in our vegetable crops in our India. For example, the onion and the traditional vegetables are being imported by Gulf countries, whereas non-traditional vegetables like being imported by Australia, European countries like Southeast Asian and Gulf countries. So these are some statistical data regarding our importance of vegetables in our national economy. Next important is classification of, let us see the classification of vegetables. Classification of vegetables is very important in our cultivation of vegetable crops. There are several classifications, so but based on first one is botanical classification. So in botanical classification, all the vegetable crops are belonging to angiosperms. In angiosperms, there are two classes. One is monocotyledon, another one is dicotyledon. The first we see about the monocotyledon vegetable. So in monocotyledon vegetables, so many families belongs to vegetable class. First family is Amyldaceae, like the vegetable crops like onion, garlic, tree, shallot, and chive. Whereas in Liliaceae family, as the crop like vegetable crop like asparagus. Whereas in Ericaceae family, Colocasia esculenta. Whereas Dioscura family, the crop like yam. Then some of the list of the dicotyledon plant vegetables like Chennapodaceae. Chennapodaceae vegetable crops like our leafy vegetable pollock, beetroot, and spinach. The next family composite is at one of the dicotyledon family. That is the crop like lettuce, chicory. Then Convolucaceae, sweet potato. Sweet potato in Tamil it is called Chakaravalli. The highest chromosome number, that is 2n48. Then Brassicaceae family. The crop like cabbage, cauliflower. Then Cruciferaceae family. Brussels sprout, cole, rabbi, and null-cole, radish, mustard. Then Cucurbitaceae family. All Cucurbitaceae vegetables. So the crop like all cucurbitaceae vegetables. Then Euphorbiaceae family, only one capiaco or cassava. That is the scientific name is Maniot esculenta. Then Leguminosae family, with all the beans groups. So these are the some of the list of dicotyledon vegetables. Then another classification of vegetable is in dicotyledon. Some of the dicotyledon vegetable is Malvaceae, that is bendi, Polygonaceae, that is rhubarb. Then Solanaceae vegetable, that is tomato, brinjal, chili. These are all group under Solanaceae vegetable. Then Hameliferae family vegetables, that is carrot and the crop like carrot and parsley. Then Rutaceae family, that is curry leaf, that is the botanical name is Moria payanja. So these are the, some of the list of the dicotyledon vegetables. There are, based on the botanical labs, there is two divisions. One is monocotyledon, another one is, can you give example, one example from monocotyledon vegetable? Okay, can you give one example from dicotyledon vegetable? So this is the first classification based on botanicals. Then next important classification is based on plant pots used. Next one is so based on plant pot used. According to the plant conception, the pots are divided. The pots are used in based on pots divided into 4 types. One is leafy vegetables, another one is fruit vegetables, and third one is flower pots used vegetable. Then fourth one is underground pot used vegetables. So in, for example, leafy vegetable is the crop likes amaranthus. It is a familiar one classification. Amaranthus, cabbage, and pollock. These are comes under leafy vegetables. Whereas in fruit vegetable, tomato, brinjal, bendi, peas, beans, cucurbits, etc. Whereas the flower pots used only vegetable. Yeah, cauliflower and broccoli. So in underground pot vegetables, there are again divided into 4 parts, 3 parts, sorry, stem tubers, root tubers, bulbs. Can you give one example? Bulbous vegetable crops, onion and garlics. The root tuber vegetable crops, carrot, sweet potato, and tapioca. So these are all comes under root tubers vegetable crops. Whereas in stem tuber, potato and colocasia. Are you clear? So this is the based on plant pot used classification. First one is botanical classification. The second classification is plant pot use. Then is a very important based on seasons. In general, there are 3 types of season. One is Kharif season. Second one is Rabi season. Third one is summer season. The crops during the month of June to September is Kharif season. The crop like the crop vegetable crops growing like cucurbits, brinjal, and bendi. Whereas in the crops during the month of October to January is considered as Rabi season. The crop vegetable crops growing like cabbage, cauliflower, beetroot, peas, and tomato. The last one is summer season. The summer season means the crop during the month of February to May is considered as summer. So these are the based on season-wise vegetable crops. So there are based on 3 classification. One is Rabi, another one is Kharif, summer. Are you clear? So these are the some data of the based on season of vegetable. This is one of the classification. Next is very important. So there are 13 groups list under the which this is familiar classification based on method of cultivation. First one is what? Botanicals. Second one classification is okay. Third classification is okay. See, the fourth one is so based on method of so these groups considered that are totally 13 groups. So for example, the group comes under perennial vegetables. There is group. Example, the crop like asparagus and coccinia. What do you make coccinia in Tamil? Very good. So the group is considered as greens vegetables. The group name is green vegetables. The vegetable crops like spinach and pollock. So the group 3 vegetable, that is the group name is salad vegetable. So for example, for salad vegetable means the crops like celery and lettuce. The group 4 vegetable, that is cole crop vegetables, is a very important vegetable in our among the vegetables. That is cabbage and cauliflower. Then group 5 vegetable, that is root crop vegetable. Example of root crop vegetable is beetroot, carrot and radish. Then bulbous crops, that is it comes under group 6. So group 6, the example for this crop is onion, garlic and leek vegetable. Then group 7 potato, group 8 is sweet potato and group 9 is peas and beans groups. That is example peas, cowpea and all the beans groups. Then group 10 comes under solanaceae vegetables. Solanaceae vegetables means tomato, brinjal, chili. Then group 12, it's an cucurbitaceae vegetable. Then group 13, the final one is group 13. So yam, tapioca. So these are all the list of 13 groups in this is a familiar classification of vegetables. So this is a method of one of the method of the classification of vegetables. Next, the types of vegetable gardens. There are several types of garden, but only 7 types of garden is growing in our India. First one is kitchen garden. Second one is market garden. Third one is truck garden. Then garden for processing purpose. Then gardens for vegetable portioning purpose. Then gardens for seed production purpose. And finally, floating vegetable gardens. So these are the 7 classification of vegetable types of vegetable gardens. Let me see one by one. First, kitchen garden. What do you mean by kitchen garden? So kitchen garden is nothing but the cultivation of vegetables in backyard of the home or vacant place. What are the main advantages of kitchen garden? So it provides fresh vegetables in our daily diet. Then it's a less expensive. Then daily usage and liking vegetables can be cultivated in the kitchen garden. Then to utilize the waste of our kitchens, then it provides quality of vegetables, then free from toxic elements, so usage without usage of chemicals or fertilizers. So these are the some advantages of kitchen garden. You may know the kitchen garden and advantages. Next important garden is market garden. So in market garden, so cropping pattern is decided depending on the demand of the local market. That is known as market gardens. So most of the gardens are located within 15 to 20 kilometers from the city. That is known as market garden. And another one is truck garden. The truck garden vegetables are produced in large quantity of distant market. That is known as truck garden. Then vegetable garden for processing. So these gardens are established around the processing factories. That is known as vegetable garden for processing. Here the crop is suitable for some of the processing purpose like canning, dehydration, freezing, etc. So these gardens are specialized growing only for few vegetables or bulk vegetables. The exact meaning of the garden for processing is these gardens are established around the processing industries, which is suitable for canning, dehydration, freezing purpose. That is known as vegetable garden for processing. Then vegetable forcing. What do you mean by vegetable forcing? So this type of garden is mainly concentrated upon the production of vegetables in the out of the normal season, that is off season. Are you clear? That is known as vegetable forcing. In general, the vegetables are cultivated in some structures like glass house, greenhouse under the protected way. That is known as vegetable forcing. That is generally the term vegetable forcing is, so this type of garden is mainly considered for the production of vegetables to the out of the normals, that is off season purpose. That is known as vegetable forcing. The next important one is vegetable garden for seed production. So these gardens are established for especially for seed production and not for consumption, only for seed production. So seed multiplication and supply of the seed is the vegetable garden for seed. That is the only purpose for vegetable garden for seed production. Is only used for breeding purpose or crop improvement purpose. That is known as vegetable garden for seed production. Then the final one is potting vegetable. This is a rare type of vegetable garden established growing in summer season in vegetables like in Dal Lake at Kashmir. So recent days is not followed in floating vegetable gardens. So thank you. So this is the winding of our lecture. This is the first lecture, the scope and importance of vegetable production and classification of vegetables. Thank you, madam. So rooftop garden is nothing but the crops, the vegetables crops growing cultivated in top of the building, so otherwise known as roof garden. So vertical garden is the vegetables are growing in climbing the any supporting structures, the vegetable crops to grown on compound wall or any other supporting the structures, that is known as vertical garden. So let me see in practical class one by roof garden, kitchen garden, vegetable garden, rooftop garden. So these are all comes under practical exercise.
Ashok,
Sir,
வேலாயுதம்.
sir.
அசோக், உங்களுடைய இதுல வந்து ஃபீட்பேக் வந்து பவர் பாயிண்ட் பிரசன்டேஷன்ல அந்த ஃபாண்ட் சைஸ் கொஞ்சம் you have to increase the font size.
Okay.
Because the people sitting on the back row are not able to see the contents.
Okay, sir. I change and include update the PowerPoint. Sir.
ஆமா. அது கொஞ்சம் ரெண்டாவது வந்து
Sir, please, now another 10 minutes is discussion time. Let us discuss after the class is over. Technical issue will talk later. Now it is a question time. The students in other campuses may put your question in the chat box, and here the students in the auditorium, you can ask some questions. It's a discussion time for 10 minutes.
கொஸ்டின் கேக்குறீங்களா?
Speaker. Mic off, sir. Mic off, sir.
Sir.
Sir. Good morning, sir.
Salary is
Sir, we have a method of cultivation in river bed, sir. What does we call it?
Please. So once again, please.
Sir, salaries in
We have a method of cultivation in river bed, sir, for vegetables. What we call it, sir?
Sir, salaries in ஒரு word include பண்ணிருந்தீங்க. அதோட meaning.
Salaries means one of the bulbous vegetables. Okay. Celery is one of the bulbous vegetable crop like leek and onion. இல்ல சார் மைக் ஆஃப் பண்ணு. ஆஃப் பண்ணு.
Sir, did the river pit cultivation come under any classification, sir?
One of the bulbous vegetable crop. Like example, like onion and garlic. Yes. Yeah. Yes, sir. The picture can be included in the PowerPoint presentation.
Okay.
So unmute for Trichy. Trichy
Okay.
questions, please.
Okay, ma, because it's a rare vegetable.
Yes,
the
madam.
Asparagus.
Asparagus,
These can,
celery, greens,
you can
and
include
celery,
as in-
leek,
Yeah.
high value vegetables. Okay.
So Trichy students, you put your questions. Yeah, Kavino, please.
Sir, river pit cultivation of vegetables. Did that come under any classification, sir?
Spicy vegetable. So a spicy vegetable like fenugreek, coriander is a spicy vegetable. Example, the leaf purpose only used for fenugreek is a comes under vegetable crop, whereas grains are used is a spice crop.
Kavino.
Okay. Yes, madam. Okay, madam. I will include in the PowerPoint presentation.
Kavino,
Yeah, I was asked, sir, asked by student. The student asked what is the type of cultivation being normally practiced in river beds.
Sir, not audible, sir. Please, once again, sir.
Hello, sir. Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
The student asked that what is the type of cultivation normally being practiced in river beds. Usually in summer months, especially in Tanjavur district and other areas, they used to follow. Sir.
So it's not clear, sir.
so put your question in the chat box
Yes, sir.
as a text message. Next, other campus.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir, myself from Madurai campus, sir. Sir, you
Okay.
have explained about the floating market, sir. So,
Yes, sir.
is there any floating market in India, sir?
Yes, this Kashmir is followed in Dal Lake. This Srinagar is followed for floating garden. So during the summer season, yes, followed in India only one place at Srinagar in Kashmir. Yeah. So
Thank you,
floating
sir.
garden is nothing but during the summer season, the gardens are, the vegetables are sold in our by carrying the boats to normal place. That is known as floating garden. Previously it's followed in Kashmir. Is recently not followed in our Kashmir and Srinagar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So floating garden is a rare vegetable market in Srinagar.
Any question from here? Other campuses, raise your hand.
Yes. Sir,
Yes, yes,
Yes, yes, go ahead.
sir, as you said that, sir, I'm from Madurai campus. As you said that we are in the second position in the production of vegetables. And what are the measures that we have to take to reach the first position, sir, to beat China? Still, we are the population growth is we are just 1%. The population growth is we are 140 and the China is 141.
So China is the world #1 production in vegetables, followed by India. In crops like onion, cabbage, chilies is a first position in our India.
So why can't we, sir? Why can't India?
High-tech cultivation like precision farming, protected conditions, and off-season vegetables like protected sectors. Okay.
So can you tell any measures?
Yeah, repeat the question.
Sir, can you say any measures what we have to follow in our cultivation pattern to lead China, sir?
Yeah, by adopting the organic farming, by adopting the advanced technologies like F1 hybrids and usage of particular traditional varieties of particular regions, and then fertigation methods, or other than precision farming technology, and then then modern plant protection measures like IPM, IDM, etc.
So, but Sri Lanka, they are following and but they are
So-
facing loss only, no, sir. Complete change into organic farming.
Yeah.
Organic
Organic farming. So please repeat once again the question. Please.
So you said that
question-
organic farming can improve the production,
we-
but Sri Lanka, they are
By using of organic manures.
So, sir, our question is, if you use organic farming like Sri Lanka situation may create, what is your answer?
Yeah, it's definitely followed, but the yield wise will be reduced, the followed in organic cultivation. So many of the farmers are growing in recent days in organic cultivation, especially in Tamil Nadu. So many of the vegetable farmers are following in organic cultivation by using of some organic pesticide, organic liquids, organic manures, etc. to avoid the chemical usage and free from pollution and free from eco-balanced nature.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
After that, when we are using organic farming continuously,
I wish to ask a question
years
from
or 10 years,
antioxidant, sir.
it will be
That,
equal to
say that
inorganic cultivation. The yield will be like that.
uh,
So many
vegetable.
research has been
question is
carried out
that-
in foreign countries. They are telling after 10 years or later, the yield reaches the cultivation practices when we follow the inorganic cultivation. But in the initial stage, the yield will be very, very less. So feeding largest population will be very difficult when we use the organic cultivation alone. So continuous usage, other than 10 years after that, it will reach.
Any questions from Kilikulam campus?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Myself, Gavin from Kilburn, sir. Sir, you told that antioxidants are present inside vegetables. My question is that, is it really true that antioxidants help in maintaining the youngness of the human body, the youth of the young body?
It's not clear. Not clear. Please once again repeat this question. Please.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, my question is that does antioxidants help in maintaining the youngness of the human body?
Variety of?
Sir, do antioxidants help in maintaining the youth of the body, of the human body, the youngness of the human body?
So many.
Question is, in individuals.
Yeah, many antioxidants present in vegetable crops, like for example, chilies. So capsaicin is one of the important alkaloid for used for colorants. So recent days, the artificial color is followed in our human diet. But we are using the natural alkaloids like some this is like capsaicin or capsanthin is used for masala industries. So antioxidants are used in many against disease management. So the crops, like most of the antioxidants are present in all leafy vegetables. That's why ICR were recommended 300 grams are in our human diet. Example, 125 grams per leafy vegetables, whereas tuber crops 75 grams, and other root vegetables are the rest of the grams. So total 300 grams used in our daily diet. That's why the many of the antioxidant and many of the alkaloids present in our vegetables.
Kudumi Anmala, you have any questions?
Good morning.
Any other campuses, you have any questions?
This is from Vasanthi, sir. Is it audible, sir?
Sir, I would like to ask you one question, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you give some example, the crops that can be grown only in a glass house rather than polyhouse?
Yes. Example, there is a demand for our vegetable markets throughout the year. So we can go for under protected condition like shade net or polyhouse.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
So this is from Ichengote campus, sir. So I have a question, sir. How is truck garden different from protected garden? Like protected garden is like in a stationary position, sir. But truck garden in the sense it means it can be transported. So on what basis we are going to like cultivate crops? Will it be transported on the way? Or what different types of crop? What is the basis that we have classified that truck garden and protected cultivation like greenhouse and polyhouse?
Yeah, truck garden is only for used in local market. So whereas flower, another question is?
So both are being cultivated in a protected.
Based on local market preference vegetable. That is only for within 20 kilometers from the city. That is known as truck garden. Any other questions?
சார் டைஷியஸ் பிளான்ட்ஸ்க்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் காக்ஸீனியா தவிர வேற ஏதாவது பிளான்ட் இருக்கா சார்?
Please repeat your question, please.
சார் டைஷியஸ் பிளான்ட்க்கு காக்ஸீனியா தவிர வேற ஏதாவது எக்ஸாம்பிள் இருக்கா சார்?
Dioecious plantல கார்சினியா தவிர வேற dioecious plants இருக்கான்னு கேக்குறேன்.
Dioecious is only one crop from spice crop. In vegetable crop,
Momordica dioica is there. It is a dioecious. Momordica dioica. There you can find male and female plants separately.
regularly. Hello, sir. Perikulam campus service. Perikulam.
Kavina, please.
Sir. Sir, is it audible, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Sir, I am wondering whether the information given as per the theory lecture schedule have been covered, because nutritive value of the vegetables and the importance of these vegetables on human nutrition not given. So if it is not given, at least in the next lecture schedule, next class, it should be given to the concerned course teachers of the campus.
It is not audible, sir. Please repeat, sir. It is not audible.
Chat message.
Please chart it. Please chart.
Sir, is it audible, sir, now? Is it audible? Sir?
Tell me, it's not audible. Your voice is not clear.
Now it is okay, sir?
Tell me.
Sir, according to the lecture schedule, information on nutritive value of the vegetables and the importance of vegetables in human nutrition should be given very clearly in these slides. We found that those informations are missing. The course teachers.
Please type in the chat box. Till it is not clear.
Okay.
The forthcoming classes it will be discussed. Okay. With the different faculties, it will be discussed in the coming classes.
Students, நீங்க வந்து இதுல ஏதாவது டவுட், not only for Coimbatore campus, all other campus students also, even if you find any doubt during you can get clarification during your practical classes also. Okay. So never hesitate. No, don't shy away from the asking questions. Okay. But learning at the early stage is very important. You plan for higher studies in horticulture after 4 years. So those time you will find difficulty in understanding this subject. Not only this basic course, I'm telling whatever subject, whether SAC, soil science or environment science, whatever course we have doubt, you note down. And when you are meeting the course teacher or course associates in the practicals, you can also ask them to get clarification on your questions or doubts, right? Not only for this Coimbatore students, now for all the Constant College students, those who are online now. So now I hope we can conclude the today's class. Again, we reassemble tomorrow by 10:25. 10:15. We sharply start the class by 10:30, and we complete by 11:15, and we'll give for 5 to 10 minutes for question and answer. Then we'll disperse for the next class at respective lecture halls. Okay. So it is a trial. Okay. It is a rehearsal. What are the difficulties we are facing, and we'll try to address those issues in future or here and there, and we'll improve the efficiency of the blended learning system. Okay. So everything will evolve. Okay. How human being evolved, like that, evolution will start from the scrap. So we started from some level. So we'll improve it, fine tune it, and hopefully we'll get 100% efficiency shortly. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So the course teachers and the concerned college admin, please be there in the hall. We will check the mic and other things. Students can disperse now. All the students can move to the next class. The online also, the students can disperse.